PonyFans.com here with offensive line coach Adrian Klemm. And coach, a lot has been made since really the start of two-a-days about how you've got these 5 seniors, very experienced offensive line. You've got 3 games of film on them now. How would you say they've performed and progressed through the first 3 games of the year?
I think we've done really well. We've been really consistent. I think one of the most consistent groups, on our squad, and just guys have played real physical and done everything that I asked. So.
You've played 3 teams with, different personnel, different defensive schemes. Have you seen significant improvement in any particular area since the start of the season through the Northwestern State game the other day?
Just one of the things that we have is we just focus on consistency. We see a lot of things. It's very rare that we get 4 or 5 rushers. Everybody that we play against brings a lot of pressure, brings a number of different exotic type blitzes and different things of that nature. So it's just a matter of just being consistent and picking things up and communicating well. Take it, for instance, UTEP game. The whole game we have 65 plays, and 3 plays, we blow assignments or whatever. One of them gets a quarterback hit. The other 2, aren't as that's crucial. But we want to have consistency throughout the whole game, and that's one of the things that we've been focusing on as of late.
Since the beginning of spring ball, you've been openly excited about getting Josh Laribas back this year, and as much as he's lost weight and he obviously knows your system, you said there'd be a little bit of time to shake off the rust and get back into midseason form. How's his progress? How has he performed for you?
I think he's been our best performer so far. Everybody's played pretty well. Bryce Tennyson I've been really impressed with. He's somebody that we asked to step up, and he was actually our top graded lineman this past game. But Laribas has been phenomenal since day one, and he's really stood out on film, and the scouts have taken notice, and as well as the coaching staff.
One of the benefits of getting a fairly lopsided win like you did the other day against Northwestern State, you were able to get an extended look at some of your backups. Ben Gottschalk, Jordan Free, Brian Collins obviously has played before, but getting some of the younger guys in, what did you see from them? And was that a competitive enough time where you could get a gauge for their abilities and their prospects for the future?
We already know what they could do, and it's kind of hard to really judge it against nothing against them, but it's kind of hard to really judge against those type of guys, individuals. But what you want to do is, what you want to see them do is go in there and not be nervous, be physical, and not have assignment busts, and they were able to do that. So I was pleased with their play, and they graded out high as well. And a couple of them only played about 12 plays and had multiple knockdowns, so I was really impressed by that and excited by that.
Your line obviously does an awful lot of pass blocking. You talk about the 2-point stances. Some people maybe mistakenly refer to it as a finesse line. When you see Zach Line put up 5 rushing touchdowns, are we going to have to start referring to your guys as a power run blocking line?
We average like 60 yards a carry for 2 years, and nobody gives us credit for it. Obviously Zach does a great job, but this guy's opening up holes, and sometimes people don't get touched for 10, 15 yards, So, we're doing a good job up there, and just because we're in a 2-point stance and we're in a passing offense doesn't mean we have to be passive. One of the things we focus on is being aggressive and being violent at the point of attack, and guys have done a good job of that. So I've been really impressed with them, and we don't get to work on run blocking as much as we like. So when we do get to work on it in practice, we turn it up, and when we get in the game, we get really excited about it because we don't get the opportunity very often.
You're going to see another really different defensive front this week. You go from Northwestern State, which had these little quick defensive ends. Now you're going to see a Memphis line that averages 296 across the front, including a nose tackle who's 6'5" and 350. How do your interior guys match up with them, and what style of defensive line do your guys match up better with?
That doesn't matter. We could do it all. Our guys are pretty athletic. We recruit a certain kind of guy. Been very fortunate. Coach V did a good job, and somebody I became friends with since I become a coach here. After my first year of coaching, I wrote him a letter just thanking him for the job he did recruiting, because those are the guys I've been coaching for the last 3 years. But did a phenomenal job in bringing those guys in, and obviously we developed them. But they're all athletic, and over the course of the last 2 years, Coach Mel's got them where their strength is above average, and they're able to keep their athleticism. So if we go against a small group like that, we could dominate them. But we go against a larger group too that's physical, we could do the same thing. This is a physical group that we're going against. They have some guys that are really athletic, so they have a good mixture of both. But so do we. So I think it's a good matchup.
All right, and you're 3 games into your week of preparing for Memphis. You've studied the film. What concerns you the most about their defensive front 7 in terms of protecting the quarterback and opening up some running lanes?
That's the same thing each week. We'll just got a lot of stuff, and just have to pick it up and communicate. I don't think noise would be an issue, and so, I'm just messing around, but I don't think it'd be an issue. So obviously communication is always key, but I don't think we have any problems with that. And it's just a matter of just finishing every single play and not letting them fall into anything or get any cheap plays on us. So it's going to be a competitive game, and we just compete each week, and we just want to leave no doubt each player who's the most physical group. And more often than not, that's us.